Let's get after it. Let's go. Let's get after it, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I hope you had a good week. I got to admit a couple things here. One, I bitched out. I didn't do a post game. I did a Caleb Cam Newton action. Cam Newton lost the Super Bowl, took a tremendous loss. So there's a little bitch up there on the podium. Well, that was me last Sunday night. And two coin. The coin. If you haven't been following the podcast, I've been having a rough go of it on the gambling front. The coin, not so much. So I said, hey, here's what I'm going to do. Coin, you seem to know this better than me. Why don't I do what you tell me to do? Well, Coin, what happened? Come here, buddy. Come here. No, come on out of there. Come on out of there. Show your fucking self, bitch. Show yourself. What happened, man? What happened to us? I'll tell you what happened to us. 2-11. Well, all right, I'm skipping over this. I'm all fucking heated. Let's get to the Thursday night game. Then we'll get to my failure. Then we'll get to the picks, the future failure of the week. Future Farmers of America. For those of you that didn't grow up in rural America, FFA. That's the acronym there. If you've ever raised an animal to slaughter, well, congratulations, kid. Then thank you. Your efforts were delicious. But no, the future failures of betting, this will be the FFB probably. We'll get to those, this week's picks. And then I'm going to get after, I got into a really good Hoarders episode this week, so stay tuned at the end of this. I'm going to pick that apart. That was a good one. It was a good one. It was one of those onions that kind of grows in that pumpkin patch where Charlie Brown hangs out on Halloween. It's like, Jesus, we got layers of this thing, boys. Not just to the actual hoard, peeling the the hoard itself away, but also to the people that live there. So last night, well, I guess it's Saturday. I'm giving up my part of my Saturday late early morning here to be with you. And so I guess 2 nights ago, Pat Mahomes, his knee went sideways. Thank God for all football fans. It looks like it's going to be a 3 to 4 week injury. We will not have any more than 3 or 4 weeks of Matt Moore. Thank God. I mean, that's Matt Moore. I didn't know he was still balling. I didn't know. Most of you didn't either. Some of you might be finding out right now if you missed the game. You're, Jesus Christ, Matt Moore still playing ball, huh? Good for him. Good for him. Good for the Chiefs too. He put up a couple touchdowns after Mahomes went out. Chiefs 30, Broncos 6. Chiefs go to 5-2. The lowly Broncos go to 2-5. And you know who doesn't give a shit? That's right, your boy Joe Flacco. Doesn't care. That guy lost a dime in the cushions of his couch. Cushions of his couch. Allow myself to introduce myself. Too many myselfs. Austin Powers there, everybody. If he lost a dime in his couch, Joe Flacco would give more of a shit than he gives when they just throw these games away. 6 points? 6 points, Joe? Come on, buddy. I would say you can do better than that, but you've proven time and time again that you can't. So, I mean, once again, as always, notorious asshole John Elway is to blame for these failures. I tell you what, I bet one of John Elway's maids is getting fired tonight. Because this isn't John Elway's fault. That's not how being a narcissist works, people. This isn't John Elway's fault. All right, John Elway's an asshole. He's a narcissist. He's got a hell of a right arm. All right, and he's got 2 Super Bowl rings and a whole bunch of fucking car dealerships in the Denver metro area. I got a car. I purchased a car. I didn't purchase a car. My dad leased a car probably. He probably didn't ever own it outright. Not that sort of fella financially to ever probably pay the entirety of a lease off or car notes. But anyhow, we went down there. A couple interesting things to note for that trip. Number one, the Cherry Hills Golf Course is located, I don't know if you know this or not, I sure as hell do, is located right across the street from Columbine High School. And I was there, not on, no, this isn't a personal Vietnam story. I wasn't there the day of. I was there exactly 1 year after the day of. So my dumbass fucking dad like scheduled us to go play golf while people are having this fucking like festival of grief across the street, right? But anyhow, the whole point of it, I was back in '98 or '99 or whenever that was, 2000, 2001. Shit, I don't know. I graduated high school in 2001. Class of 2001 rules. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. That was like our class song. Fucking Green Day. But anyhow, whatever that was, you drove up and down the main sections of Denver. John L.A. Ford, John L.A. Chevy. There's not a damn car that John L.A. wasn't selling, and that was 20 years ago. So when he hops in his private jet to fly from the stadium to his to his house, it's a quick flight. I mean, maybe he's choppering in, but when he does that and he gets home and he finds the first piece of lint anywhere in his house, oh, Consuelo, ooh, it's gonna be a dark night for you. All right, get on Indeed, because your ass gonna be fucking fired. Because this is not John Elway's fault. All right, let's play some blame. All right, hey, I'm gonna feeling like John Elway right now, because I got someone to blame. Come here, Corn. Come here. Thank God it's finally over, but of course there'll always be the nightmares. I was 3-10 last week, and you know what? I was the best in the group. Number 1 in the group, buddy. 2-11 for the Coin. 2-11. Coin. 5 straight winning weeks. All right. Was whatever, like 45-27 up till that point. All right. Now for the year, old Bobby Fever. That's it's a frosty 36-49. We are not doing well. You look at that, that's a Francesa number right there. That's a Mike Francesa number. Hey, all right. It is what it is. It is what it is. The Coin, though, still 47-38, regressed towards the mean. I feared it. I had a reasonable and rational fear that could happen, but what'd I do? I did it anyway. And I ended up lost about 3/4 of my fucking bankroll, and it's gonna be a re-up week tomorrow morning. It's gotta be a re-up week. First re-up of the year, people. It's the first re-up of the year. Well, that's the way it goes. One re-up. We're down a lap, everybody. Jeff Gordon's down a lap. And the race goes on either way. You gotta keep fucking driving. All right, you gotta hit that 500 miles, and that's a Super Bowl. So we're gonna keep betting until then, no matter how many re-ups it takes. There's nothing wrong with that, right? All right, Week 7 picks. Let's get into it. Rams at the Falcons. My sweet, sweet Falcons. Hey, how did Atlanta do last week? Did they beat the barely win a game? Rookie quarterback. Got a coach. They got fired by a middling Big 12 school. Did they beat that team? I'm just curious. Hey, Coin, who'd you have on that one? They didn't. they obviously didn't. They never do. Rams look terrible though. I don't know what's. And then, of course, the big news this week, I guess if you're a Rams fan, they traded for Jalen Ramsey. That'll solve all your problems. He brings a good attitude. Definitely. I mean, but at the same time, you're getting Marcus Peters out of the building. They sent him to, I think, Baltimore. So, I mean, you're trading that off. Was Marcus Peters, is he the guy snatching chains? Is he the guy who kept snatching Crabtree's chains? I think he was. I hope he is. I'm gonna give him credit for it. That shit never got old. I wish Crabtree could get like a 1 week, just get on a practice squad somewhere. Someone gets hurt. You see Crabtree in a game, you just get snatched one more. Trilogy, baby. But I gotta go with the Rams. I mean, Dan Quinn, they say they're not gonna fire him. They always say that before they fire you. Everything's good. Nothing worse than the vote of confidence. We got a lot of confidence in this guy. Where you at, Coin? All right. What's that? I saw. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see at the end of this one. You got the Falcons. That's not a good start. It's not a good start at all. The aforementioned Cardinals, Kyler Murray, still looking very small. I'm not gonna. I mean, he's always gonna be small. They're gonna have to. It'd be funny they measure him. All these NBA players coming out. Oh, Kevin Durant's 7 feet tall, but now he's actually 6'9 3/4. Or Anthony Davis is actually this tall. I didn't know they were measuring those dudes in sneakers this whole time. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world. That's a You get your George Costanza paint 'em black Timberland boots on, and all of a sudden, Trey Young is 6'8". No. No. I mean, oh wow, what an innovation. What are you gonna do? We're gonna have them stand on their feet, and we're gonna measure how tall they are. Oh, no shit. No shit, people. Blows my mind. That's what we're doing this whole fucking time. How tall is that guy in tennis shoes? What size tennis shoe? Whatever he wants to wear. He's got those things from Seinfeld that Jimmy wears, those little moon things, where all they had was the little platform on your toes so you could get huge calves. He's got those on. He's got two pairs of them stacked on top of each other. Dude's 8'9". You fucking Manute Bull can barely suck his dick. He's so tall. All right. No, I have a guy standing on his feet. Took us to 2019 to figure that one out. Fuck. Cardinals and the Giants. Giants are 3-point favorites at home. Over-under is 50.5. Battle rookie quarterbacks. Danny fucking Dimes. I'll tell you what, man. Danny's looking good, brother. I know. It's Bill Belichick who's coming after him, but I believe in Danny. I always believe in Danny. I believe in him as much as I ever believed in Eli. Giants going to take this one. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a fucking monster game. Where you at, Coin? Yeah, that's what I thought, Coin. That's what I thought. G-Man. That's a double G-Man bet there, brother. 49ers at the Redskins. 10-point dogs at home. I don't even know who's playing. Is Case Keenum still playing quarterback for them? I don't know. I can't keep up. I will say that when Bill Callahan took over for Jay Gruden, AP fucking dusted off that DVD, man. He had about 20 carries last week. That's the way you got to do it. No more music. Make him suffer. Make him miserable. Make him run the damn ball. I'm loving it. Kyle Shanahan came out and basically said, well, what was cool about being... Someone asked him, what was cool about being... What do you remember about being in Washington? What was good? He said, well, I liked working for my dad. I thought the coaches were good. We had some nice players. So, well, what was bad? He says, well, fucking every other goddamn thing in the world that you could imagine is bad. That's what's bad. Everything's bad there. It's as bad as you can imagine. So for all you on the outside here, wondering how terrible it is, you're wondering correctly. It's a grudge match, baby. Shanahan's going to put it on him. I'm loving the Niners in this one. I'm loving them. Where you at, Coin? Yeah, baby. All right. Oh, man. This is how it went last week. Raiders at the Packers. Packers, 4.5-point favorites. Over-under is 47. Raiders are killing the NFC North. The NFC North cannot fucking handle the swag that is an over 500 John Gruden team. But the Packers defense can handle the 3-yard rockets Derek Carr is always throwing. It's a tough one. For whatever reason, the Packers have been really screwing me over here. They're going to screw me over again either way. But they're going to do it. They're going to do it by beating the wheels off the Raiders. They got the Raiders here. There's just something about them coming up that bye week. I like them. And the Coin's on the Packers, obviously. Ooh, Coin may be bad. Coin may have sharpened up here. Texans at the Colts. This is a big game. Big game. Is it? I mean, ultimately, though, right? Is one of these teams going to win the Super Bowl? Probably not. Colts are 1-point favorites. Over-under is 47. I'll take the Texans. Why not? Fuck it. All right, Coin's with me. Let's just start blasting through these. Obviously, this analysis is all bullshit. Otherwise, I'd be winning some of these picks. Where you at, Colin? You're on the Texans too? All right, cool. All right. We got some filthy, filthy mongrels that we need to talk about here. All right, Colin, what we got here? 8 more games? It's a lot of games. They play a lot of games in the NFL. 32 teams at 16 games per. It's a lot. It's a, it's a lot of data to gather. Dolphins at the Bills. Bills 17-point favorites. Over under is 41.5. It feels weird to say that. I know it came out somewhere. It's the first 17-point favorites the Bills have been probably since Jim Kelly was fucking playing. And I don't want any part of that. The Dolphins, yeah, they lost last week. They were very competitive. And yeah, can they get the wheels? Could the wheels come off real early here? You find yourself staring down the barrel of an early 14-0 Buffalo lead? Yeah. Yeah, that could happen. That'll probably happen. That's what happens to the Dolphins. But I like the Dolphins. They're well conditioned from playing in the heat, and they've got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Coins on the Bills. Fuck me. All right. Jags at the Bengals. Oh, G. Minshew. Oh, Gardner Minshew. Leading the Jags into the winless Bengals. Here's what's going to happen, everybody. The Jags are going to kick the shit out of the Bengals. And everyone's going to talk about how great Gardner fucking Minshew is. And I'm just going to be continually pissed off. So guaranteed, Jags are going to cover. Where you at, Coin? No guarantees in life. Coin's on the fucking Bengals. All right. I got to find a better way to get your picks entered, Coin. But when you're doing it live and you're a one-man band, I got like a accordion between my knees. I'm playing the cymbals. I'm stroking a guitar. On one of those Sibrian machines. Sibians. Those were big back in the early LimeWire days. All right. Enough talk of Sibians. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Viking. If you don't know what a Sibian is, then that's not funny. If you do, you're like, God damn, I haven't thought about one of those things since about 2006 when I was downloading shit off of LimeWire. All right, Vikings is the Lions. Lions 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 44.5. I mean, there's a guy in Hoarders. I bet that. All right. Vikings at the Lions. Lions 2.5-point underdogs. Home dogs to Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. Over under is 44.5. Vikings are up. Vikings are down. The Vikings are like the Buccaneers of the NFC North. You never know what the hell you're getting. The box of chocolates. Forrest, he is scared to eat you. He doesn't know what's in there. I don't know what's in there. Coin, what do you think, man? Coin likes the Vikings. Fuck. I gotta go. I'm gonna go with the Lions, Ed. That's what I'm gonna do, Coin. I'm gonna make you show yourself first here. That's what I've been doing wrong this whole time. I've been letting you pick last. No, all right. How many games have we gone through here? Is it 6, 7? All right. I picked the first 6 first. Now your turn. You go first. It's like they call that fantasy losers out there. Snake draft. Yeah, it's like a snake draft. Chargers and Titans. Titans 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 41. I'm not gonna talk about this game. It's fucking boring, man. You're on the home team. All right. Well, hey, Chargers. They like a true road game better, so I'll be on them. Yeah. Fuck you, Coin. Yeah. All right. Saints at the Bears. Teddy Two Gloves. Teddy's second biggest dong in the NFL. Heading to Chicago. Taking on. Here's the thing. I don't even look to see if Mitch Trubisky's back because I don't think it matters that much. But the Bears are 4-point favorites. The over/under here is 37, man. I mean, fuck. It's got teaser written. This thing's got teaser written all over it. What do you think, Coin? What do you think? You're on the Bears. Why are you on the Bears? You like Matt Nagy. Interesting. Think Khalil Mack's going to have a big game? All right, let's go with it. Let's go Double Bears. You know, Coin, I don't think I like you picking first. Cloud my mind. Give me confirmation bias. I'm going to pick these last three first. I'm going to do whatever I want! Fucking traitor. Raiders at the Seahawks. Seahawks are 3-point favorites, over-unders 49. And I hate Seahawks home games. I hate everything about them. Because they just, if I want to see dreary bullshit, I'll look out my goddamn window. I don't want it. Now, Ravens, they used to playing in Baltimore. They'll be used to the weather. I have no idea. You never know what you're getting from the Seahawks. I will take them at home to cover those 3 points. Coin agrees. All right, Hawks. All right, Eagles to Cowboys. The Doug Peterson guarantee game. He went full Joe Namath on this thing. He said, we're going into Dallas. We had this guy when I was in playing high school football, man. I'll tell you, when I was playing high school football, which I didn't love playing high school football. I just fucking played. It's like peer pressure and shit. I like football. I don't like smashing my head against things. It just doesn't work for me. I get headaches relatively easily. And just having a headache for 4 fucking hours every day, not a big fan of that. Just really not a big fan of that. What are you doing today? I'm just going to get off of school and then old Kenny, what's his name, is going to smash his fucking face mask into mine for 2 hours, and then my head will just throb for the rest of the evening while I try and work my way through geometry and, my parents neglecting me. So basically my plans and shit. What about you? You're going to go play some video games. Damn. That's a way better idea. So, but anyhow, back when I was playing high school football, we had this guy. He was our quarterback. His name was Matt. I think his name was Matt. Matt would try and give us inspirational speeches. We got a problem here, though, Matt. We're not any fucking good, brother. Like, we're not any good. We suck. And he would get out there and he would have this thing. He really loved this thing. So he's a country hick, like most of us. And he would go, I'll tell you what, man. You better put the women and children to bed. We're heading out looking for dinner. And then it was kind of like a hide your kids, hide your wife sort of deal. And we'd always got our asses kicked after that. I mean, he would just run around like an idiot. And then he'd go out and fumble the fucking ball, throw interceptions. And just we'd lose, as always. Just like now. Just like now. But the thing is can the Eagles overcome the curse that I couldn't? Why not, man? At least they got some stones. At least if you're showing something and you said, hey, man, we're going to fucking win. I'm going to be an asshole if we don't. I'm willing to do that. Let me get the heat off of you guys for this losing streak. I like what Doug Peterson did, even if it doesn't work out. I'm going to ride or die. Fly, Eagles, fly. All right, yeah, Coin agrees. It's because the coin has, it's got moxie. Hold up, Coin. Whoa. I bet there were some more astute listeners picked up on this, but we gotta backtrack here. We got a fake pick. The coin cannot pick the Texans. The coin always picks the Colts. I'm sorry. That's. I'll go back. I'll be better. I'll be better about that. All right, Pat to the Jets. Jets are 9.5 point home underdogs. Over under on this one's 44. Now we're back in New York here. Here's the deal. For me, this is all about Belichick versus Darnold. I just am loving seeing Belichick going toe-to-toe with these quarterbacks. Him doing the shimmy. Everybody knowing that it's him versus them. And there haven't been many that have gotten the better of him. And Sam Darnold, Jesus, one game back from mono, you beat the listless Cowboys. And all of a sudden, he may be the next big one. I don't mind the kid. I got nothing against him. Seems pretty good at football, but I don't know. I gotta always go with Belichick, man. Fuck. But 9.5 points, that's a big burger. How hungry are we? Not that hungry. Let's go, Jets. 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 All right, where you at, Coin? What do you think? Coin's on the home team. All right, Coin. Good. It said join. Why did that say join? It should say Jets. Okay, that's it. That's it for our official NFL coverage. Now we got to talk about, where'd this go? All right, come on, Jamie, pull that up there. Oh, here we go. Oh, I need a sip of this Minute Maid Light. There's only 5 calories in this entire can here. Jesus, 5 calories. Seems like very few. I guess I'll drink 10 of these right now, right? That'll be good for me. It's got like a tartness to it, though. Yeah, I don't know. That's not a good. It's a good beverage. I don't want to besmirch the people at Minute Maid, but for what I needed to do for me right now, I don't know. I don't know if that was the right choice getting into this. I'm learning here. I'm learning here. Coughing. Jesus, let's go. Let's talk about something interesting. It's Hoarders. I love this show. I think one of the things that I like about it is that it allows me to look down on people. And looking down on people and judging people is not my kind of cup of tea. Just in general, everyday life. I'm not, I like to make fun of people. So there's a difference, right? So I think there's a fundamental difference between making fun of somebody, right? Like if I want to make a Hannah Mouncey joke about how brutally efficient she must be at the sport of handball or whatever it is that she plays, I'm going to do that, right? It doesn't mean I'm judgmental about, you wanting to not be a dude anymore. It's tough. It can be tough being a dude, man. I get it, right? You want to bail out of this thing. I get that. I'm not judging that. But I reserve the right to make jokes without kind of, genuinely judging people. But when you get to Hoarders, it's like, man, you got to break down that wall. You got to break down that barrier of, oof. Tell you what, man, I'm better than you. I don't walk around all day like some hard-working cashier at Walmart. She's probably 22, has a kid, and is making $9 an hour, and just fucking trying to get through life. I never see somebody like that and think, man, I'm better than you. Fuck that. I'm not better than anybody. Except for the people on Hoarders. Holy shit. All right, let's start with Ben and Robin. Ben and Robin are your classic old couple Hoarder tag team, right? They're the way that the synergy of their mental deficiencies kind of feed off of one another. It's wonderful. So Robin, she got a couple extra LBs, but she's like your classic kind of chubby old grandma. And then Ben is your classic cranky grandpa. So if you saw him at Walmart, stocking up, you probably wouldn't think much of them until you saw them in their car. Because these sort of people, they're not driving around in a crisp, clean Honda Accord. No. Their fucking 1984 Subaru is packed to the fucking brim with everything they can fit inside of it. One would imagine. There's no confirmation of what their car looked like, but anyhow. So they got some kids, and here's where the real drama. The drama is always it's partly the Horde, right? I mean, the Horde can be shocking, but once you've seen a number of Hordes, there may be little specificities of the Horde that are like, man, they've got extra rats as opposed to, kind of a normal amount of rats, or they've got, higher tier dead animals. They've got dead cats or maybe a dead dog or something. They got 3 farm animals that snuck into their bathroom and have fossilized corpses inside there. There's layers to it, but it's all pretty much the same, right? They're either collectors, if they're kind of collector or something, then their Horde is mostly that sort of thing. The only valuable hoard, there was a doll collector in one of these hoards. I think we talked about it. This lady had like $500,000 worth of fucking dolls at the end of the day. She's the only person that I've ever seen from this entire show that had any value to her hoard. So there's always different different types of hoards. But then, for the most part, they're pretty much the same. It's what's different about the people that makes it interesting. And they got 3 kids. And it's really the kids that make all this interesting. And I don't know we'll call him Skinny Bill. He may have a different name here at the end of this, but so we got old Billy Speedbags, right? And he currently lives in the hoard house with the parents. And this guy is shit. He's got to be between 30 and 50. All right, the amount of drug use that it looks like he has kind of withstood, it is difficult to give. Yeah, if I were an Emmy on the stand, how old is this man that died? Well, based off what he looks like, I have no fucking clue. I'm a medical expert, and I cannot tell you in any way how old I think this guy may be. He looks like he's probably the youngest of the group, and the other siblings look like they're maybe in their 40s. So take that for what it's worth. So we got old Billy Speedbags. He's a skinny, tatted up fellow who kind of creeps and rats around the hoard. And I mean, his life is to the point, right, where he's living in the hoard as an adult. It's what he does. And this is in Oklahoma or northern Texas or something like that. So you can imagine the general tenor of the people involved here. Now, the other brother, there's 2 brothers and 1 sister. The other brother's Ted. So, here's the thing about Ted. Ben and Robin are old. I think their health is failing for the most part. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the dad had a heart attack. We'll get to that here in a second. Not great health on his part. They're worried that, the kids are generally worried that they're going to die. The parents will die in the hoard. He's going to die in this place. Yeah. Yes, he is. Yes, they all are. This is where they built this thing as a mausoleum for them to die in. That's why it's here. That's the only reason this hoard exists in the world, sweetheart. It was built to kill them. And apparently quite a few cats and rats. So here's the thing about Ted. Ted's a big fella. He's a real big fella. If Ted steps on a scale, and that scale only goes up to 300 pounds, Ted needs to find a new scale. All right? He needs to find where's your nearest vet? We're going to go see how much Ted weighs. Ted is huge. He's still ambulatory, though. But Ted, he's big and he's mad, and he's mostly mad at Amanda. And Amanda's the daughter. Amanda's the 3rd child. And she has legitimate PTSD from having to grow up in a home full of filth. Okay. Yeah, she is one of the most kind of, you can see through the glass window into the damage that growing up in a hoard can do to people. I mean, I would say that my house was as clean as Martha Stewart's house. But shit, man, I always walk in and out of there without problems. I always had a bed to sleep on. I could use toilets, always worked. Sinks, functional. Maybe too many dirty dishes, but hey, that happens to a lot of people. So, yeah, I didn't grow up in a hoard, so I can't relate. But, man, it has done some damage on this woman. It has done some horrible, horrible damage. Now, at a certain point in time in the past, the family had, the dad, what was his name? Ben? Old Papa Ben, he had a heart attack, right? And while he's in the hospital, Amanda rallies some troops, and they literally go into the home with snow shovels. Shovel as much of the fucking hoard as they can out of there in the time it takes the doctors to patch old Papa Ben up. They put it in a giant pile, soak it in diesel fuel, and just burn it. They just burn it. They burned as much of the Horde as they could. And if you guess right, if you know anything about Papa Ben, Papa Ben's type, he didn't respond kindly to finding his Horde reduced while he's in the hospital fighting for his life. And that started a bit of a feud within the family. Mostly everybody against Amanda. Amanda, she's the hero of this story. She's the one who's trying to kill the Horde that's killing her family. And everybody else is against her. Particularly Stinky Kevin. Oh, is that his name? Oh, yeah, I had that mixed up. So Kevin. Ted doesn't exist. All right, Ted, at a certain point in time, I make up names for these people if I can't remember them. The fat guy, the really big fat guy with the diabetes and like the gangrene on his right leg. The guy whose internal organs are melting, like just been sitting next to a Chernobyl reactor. That guy's name's Kevin. All right, and he gets pissed off. And it is the best part of this entire maybe this is the second best part, but it's the best part. Apparently, I forgot about this. I just saw that in my notes. Is they're not allowed in the bedroom, right? But at a certain point in time, they're cleaning up the Horde. Old Papa Ben's sitting there, and Amanda comes upon a fucking pretty grisly pair of tidy whities. I mean, this stuff is grisly. Because it's obvious. I just imagine, because here's the thing that makes that funny to me. So just his underpants on the ground, right? Used and stained, shit streaked, being held up on the end of a Harry Potter wand, in front of his face. Whose are these? Are these yours? They're obviously fucking yours. What are they doing here? They're there because they're there, man. They're there because they're there. And I just, in my own mind, just imagine him, walking through the house and just kind of stopping in the Horde. Just going from having underpants on to not having underpants on. And, man, that makes me happy. So I finish up here with these two. They get into the Horde. They're able to scoop a little bit of the pile out of there. Enough to where they say, all right, well, Papa Ben, if you have a heart attack, at least the EMTs can get in here. They can throw a lasso in here and grab you by the fucking ankles and drag you out. There's enough room for that. So you've done all we can. You've done all that we can here. And, that's it. That's it for them. The funny thing is, they're never, they're like, oh, I don't think, at the end of it, the man is like, I don't think they're ever going to leave. Yeah, of course not. They're there to die there. They're gonna die right there. All right. Moving on. Last guy to talk about here. I'm gonna get out of here. We gotta talk about Kevin, my man, Kevin, my man. Now, Kevin, when we first meet him, hold up, Minute Maid break. This podcast is not sponsored by Minute Maid. This podcast, obviously, a flagship sponsor of Figaro. The finest in just above veterinary grade apples. Figaro. Now, Kevin is a single successful guy. Those are his words. His words, not mine. All right? I'm just another single successful guy who sleeps on a mattress that's on his floor in his Horde house. So here's the biggest thing about Kevin. Kevin is dying. We're all dying, but Kevin is really dying. Kevin's in one of those little scooters. I don't know if he's in a wheelchair. I can't remember if he was in a wheelchair, electric wheelchair, or one of those little, I think it was an electric wheelchair. It was definitely, and he wasn't pushing it around with his arms. Lazy fucker. His arms work just fine, by the way. It's not me ripping on the handicap. If you have an electric wheelchair and your arms get tired during the day and you want to use it, yeah, that's on you. You don't have legs. It's not on me to shit on you. Kevin's just generally a very lazy man. Now, He still is like somewhat ambulatory. He can go up and down stairs. Because at a certain point in time, he was going up and down these stairs, and the cameraman is at the bottom of the stairs, kind of going up and down. And he started on the bottom of Kevin's feet and panned up, and his feet. So his feet were gigantic. His legs were gigantic and swollen, and not in a been doing calf raises sort of way, in a fluid filled cankles sort of way. Here's what happens when your heart shuts down, people. Your legs get all fucking swollen. What the ins and outs of that, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I do know this: when you see somebody who's got fucking all swollen ankles, their heart, and they're all old and like decrepit and shit, they're in heart failure, dude. Like that's what's going on. So I said, Kevin says, "I'm Jesus fucking Christ! Look at those ankles, dude. This guy's heart is giving out on him." And then lo and behold, in the cutaway screen, the guy's got he's wearing fucking diapers. He's got these little piss pads that I guess they come from medical use. I use them only for my dogs, and inshallah, only for my dogs. But he's wearing diapers. And here's the thing that separates Kevin from the rest of the world that is suffering from health ailments. This is what he does. He sits in this chair, and then he soils himself. And then he gets up out of the chair. Probably doesn't clean himself off very good. I don't get any ins and outs of this, but this guy's dick's covered in cheese. I guarantee it. And then he takes his fucking diaper and he just puts it in a trash bag. He puts on a new diaper. And he gets back on the internet and gets back in his chat rooms and doing whatever the fuck he's doing in the world. Because he's so goddamn successful. He's so successful that he can't even move. He needs assisted living now. And he's living in a fucking hotel, draining his minimal savings because his house is so filthy that if anyone from Health and Human Services walks in there, they're going to have the house condemned, they're going to put him in a home, and he'll die there instead. That's how successful he is. That's how fucking successful my man Kevin is. So Kevin's got two sisters. I don't know what their names are. It doesn't matter what their names are. It never matters what their names are. So he's got two sisters, and one of them says about Kevin's house, quote, "Smells worse than an outhouse and gas station bathrooms." And that's why, Kevin, I'm gonna wait. Let's me back this up. So you're saying it's the dirty water that's making my house smell? It's the piss and the shit, huh? I'll tell you what, you're thinking outside the box. I'm thinking outside the box for you here, Kevin, and it's the bags of the literal bags, piles of bags of human excrement that you just are chilling with. You're just chilling with. This doesn't work, man. This doesn't work. The people with the dirty water system where they shit and they piss in the buckets and then they fling it over their neighbors' fences because they're assholes, those people, they got a better system than you, man. You're not being successful at being a fucking hoarding vagrant even. You're not successful. And Kevin's mom, she hasn't been in his house for 20 years. Welcome to Kevin's house, Kevin's mom. She almost dies in there too. She sees what he lives in and then almost dies from the shock of the filth. That's not the only shock we're about to find out about. Stay tuned for this after Figure Applesauce. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. He's like kind of loving this experience at first, right? From my point of view. because he loves the attention and all that sort of stuff. And then they start to kind of clean the house, right? They start picking shit up. And one of the sisters points out, hey, Kevin, what's that over there, brother? She's like, there's like a Bible on the floor. Then there's like, hardcore porno mags, old swank mags. They keep calling it hardcore porn. I guess technically it's hardcore porn. I just, a little fuck mag on the floor. I mean, dude, whatever. But then he's like, they need to leave. Get him out of here. Get him out of here now. So then they leave. And then I don't know what happens. But then he lets him come back. And then all these women are upstairs. There's these two sisters and I think some hoarding expert. And I don't know. God, I don't know if the mom was up there. In my world, the mom's up there. And then they're going through basically like an old bedroom or something like that. And they start finding stuff. All sorts of stuff. Like he's got a porno collection. Like if Poker Guy was alive before XNXX started up, that the sort of porno collection that he would have. Massive. Huge. But that's not it. Oh, his mom is there. Thank you, notes. So it's his mom, his two sisters, and like this hoarding lady, and they're just going through shit. And it starts turning into a war zone of cries, of tears, of shrieks for comfort and of shock. And oh my God, what's going on here? Because they start to unravel Kevin's secret life. So he doesn't have the courage to tell them that he's got to be a cross-dresser. They start finding all these garter belts, women's wigs, these like monster dildos, these like dragon fucking prolapse dildos, where it's like, Jesus Christ, that's not for humans, man. And he's got some gimp masks in there. He's got the whole setup for just getting after his own butthole in that room, right? So he's put this mask on, throw the wig over it, fucking, crank out this thing, hop on the Sibian. Like, dude, this guy has got it all, and he sent his parents, and he sent his mom and his sisters up in there to his piss and shit filled fuck dungeon, right? Crazy. And they come down, and one of them just starts giving this guy the business. Here's the deal. They're a bit pissed, right? But mostly what they're pissed about is they're like, they know this is going to be on TV. They've signed some sort of waiver before they film. I know it's before you film, because otherwise after the filming, like none of this shit would ever get on TV. It would never get on TV. I walked into my brother's room and found fucking wigs and dragon dildos. I would be like, nah, dude. I'm gonna choose to not be on television for this. So they're pissed. They're screaming at him like, why'd you let me find out like that? And part of me wonders, like Kevin's got all the looks and feels of a checkers player. Like he's not thinking 2 moves ahead, 10 moves ahead. It's not 3D chess going on. But for me, I wonder if he's a dying man. Maybe he thinks his sisters are cunts for one reason or another. And this is his way he can punk them on the way out. I don't think that's what it is. But that's the sort of shit that I'd be up to. All right, Kevin, you're not successful. But they were successful in cleaning up your house. And now you can die on that futon in your, right outside your studio apartment's kitchen. So congratulations. I don't know when this episode aired. I know I'd say this in jest, but I bet dollars of pesos that Kevin is dead already, for sure. And then also, I think that was another Kevin. Was it double Kevin up top? Yeah, Ted. That was Ted. Whatever, that other fat kid from that other fat dude from the first episode, he's dead too. All right, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow night to recount my horrible losses, and we'll get after it.